What kind of an effort does it take to just
Okay, just let me know when.
give it about 5 seconds for lead and yourself?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is Bobby Tritt. He's the first chief of Venetie. He's helping unload wood for a new basketball court the youth are building here. Like almost everything here, it came in by air. Planes come into Venetie every day, but some days are better than others. Let me do that again. 3, 2, 1. Planes come into Venetie every day, but some days are better than others. Bobby knows the shortcomings of Venetie's runway go beyond the puddles and ruts. Is this a filtered? Three, two, one. The FAA knows the problems with Venetie's runway also. That's why they're giving some funding to the village to build a new runway. But even with the state of Alaska providing some matching funds, the village was still thousands of dollars short. So Venetie turned to the Denali Commission. The commission recognized that Venetie had a good plan and funding in place. They were able to provide the rest of money needed to make it happen. Over at the new basketball court, the youth are working hard and enjoying it. Jobs are hard to come by in Venetie. Bobby is hopeful that the new runway project may bring more jobs to Venetie, just like it did in nearby Arctic Village. That contractor is Bryce Incorporated. Local hire is one of the Denali Commission's guiding principles, and job skills can make a world of difference in the villages. For more information on the Denali 3, 2, 1. I want you to voice this last sentence, Dave. For more information on the Denali Commission, log on to www.denali.gov. Okay, someone else. I need a male voice to come out on this last one because it's like a news thing. Just do it.
For more information. That line for more information. Excuse me. Hey, Dave. For more information on the Denali Commission, log on to www.denali.gov. Let me try that one more time. For more information on the Denali Commission, log on to www.denali.gov.
All right, stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more of This Generation from Venetie. Got it?
That'll work. All right.
Anyway, another bit of history on the hunting part. We're going after moose, but a long time ago, the main meat that was here was black bear. So a lot of the older guys in their 60s or early 60s, they used to hunt black bear mostly. And over time, more and more moose migrated here and stuck around. And caribou are cyclical. When the herd gets real big, they come through. So moose are fairly new in that they weren't always here. But that's what we're hunting today, or this weekend. So, yeah.
The other thing that we got to cover is the trails. And are there any trails that are on the corporation land?
There are a lot of trails on the corporation land. Hunting trails mostly, hunting and berry picking. Four-wheeler is a practical tool for our people. It's efficient. It doesn't cost much and it's cheap to operate. and it gets out in the wilds a lot better than a truck would. Or if you walk, you got to go a long ways. I mean, people still walk, but it's a nice vehicle. So there's trails all over.
Something that I forget if it was you or someone else mentioned to me was the fact that the trails here are kind of like the roads would be in other places, where instead of having roads everywhere, you're able to utilize the four-wheelers and trails.
Yeah. I mean, they don't get stuck like a truck would. Where people use them a lot is in the hills. You're climbing steep hills, going through brush that otherwise would have to be cleared. And they can actually pack a moose with a four-wheeler, or, a couple of trips, but they're, like I said, they're real efficient.
Now, what are some of the changes you've seen, in the last, in your lifetime, as far as the condition of the various trails around here and new trails and things like that?
There's more, and they get a little wet on the wetlands. So what happens is you start seeing more trails where people branch off so they don't get stuck. So I think we'll have to probably think a little bit about fixing some of those trails so that we don't have too deep a ruts or too many trails on the wetlands. I know that's something we talked about a little, but it's something that's becoming more of a concern locally. And educating our kids, on how to drive and kind of respect berry patches and other sorts of ground that you just need to think about before you go riding across it. So.
Very good. I think that's all the questions that I had. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
We got some nice weather to hunt with today. Hopefully we'll get our moose.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, maybe just one last comment on subsistence. We're both cash and a subsistence community like many others, and what it does for people is you feel better when you provide for yourself, and that's why it's important to us, is when you can provide for your family yourself without relying on welfare or whatever. It's a good feeling, and we enjoy doing it, and we feel good about providing for ourselves. So it's something I wanted to mention.
So let me ask you that one more time. The boat.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
interrupt the sound portion of that. But you're saying that last part where you just mentioned that if it weren't for subsistence, you might have to draw welfare or something like that. Talk about that again.
Yeah, subsistence. What subsistence does for our people is we enjoy doing it. I mean, we all enjoy hunting and fishing, but we also feel good about being able to provide for ourselves. I guess you could call us wildlife farmers. We prefer to eat wild game. It tastes better, and it makes people feel good. They look forward to it, to the different seasons of putting food away.
Very good.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Paul.
You're welcome.
Fly first.
It's a fact of life when you jet boat. You hit rocks and sometimes you got holes in your boat. I guess somebody put one in the boat. Could have been me. Still leaking. But we'll put some quick setting stuff on it when we get up to where we're camping.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. Find a problem, fix it, huh?
Temporary fix. When we get to camp, we'll do a little more permanent fix, semi-permanent. With some Aluminox carried in a toolbox.
So it seems like you've had this sort of thing happen before, huh?
Shallow water, rocks. You just have to be ready for it. Otherwise, you walk home. But we don't want to do that. Say hello to Jeannie for me.
I'll do that.
We had to do some work for us a few years ago at the River Lodge. It's been a few years, but tell her hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Say when you're ready. Okay. ahead.
I'm Joel Oyoumick from Unalakleet, Alaska. I'd like to wish all my friends in Alaska Merry Christmas, even though it's in the summer or fall. Merry Christmas.
I'm Olga Oyoumick, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to my mother, May, Alexi in Mountain Village, and all my family there, and all our friends here in Norton Sound, Alaska, and all of Alaska.
There you go. All right, that was
Thank
pretty good. Let me have you do it one more time just to make sure I got it right. Okay. And Joe, you can actually leave the part about it being fall right off because we won't show them until like the week before Christmas.
Okay.
All right. Yep, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Joel Oyoumick from Unalakleet, Alaska. I'd like to wish all my friends and relatives in Alaska Merry Christmas.
And Olga?
And I'm Olga Oyoumick. Merry Christmas to Mom, May, Alexi in Mountain Village, and all my family there in Mountain Village, all our friends in Norton Sound, Alaska, and all of Alaska. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Is that it? I didn't know what else to do.
No, that was great. Well, so what kind of changes have you seen in your lifetime as far as the way the trails are around here?
Mostly the trails were used for
Alright, so you're saying in your lifetime, what kind of changes have you seen in the trails?
the original trails were used by hunters a while back, or there'd be trapping trails and a lot of places where they go hunting normally, but four-wheelers have scarred the land, and it would be good if they could use gravel on these trails instead of just let them deteriorate the way they are. I think they're useful. Four-wheelers made a great improvement in our lifestyle. You can't doubt that. But, there's some consequences that we'll have to suffer if they don't do anything about it now, sooner or later, because there are a lot of berries in the wild country that is being torn up by these four-wheelers. As good as they are, they could be destructive too.
So you think probably the best thing to do would be to have trails that are hardened?
Yeah, I think if they had designated funds to put gravel, it would probably save a lot of the country. But you can't get around with the four-wheelers anymore. They're part of our lifestyle here, and we use them quite a bit.
Very good. And Olga, anything you'd like to add?
No, I think he said it all.
Okay.
here's yours.
World could see my lovely wife.
I should have disappeared for the filming part of your or photojournalism.
I guess I should have talked to her some more then.
You should have.
Talked to her some more. I talked to her just a little bit
Mm-hmm.
when I was in the post office.
Oh, you would have enjoyed talking to her. Gary would be a great guy for him to film. Thousands of dollars to run these races. We've got to support the kids. You got to choose either raising your kids or spending money on the races.
Yeah. The mean looking bear. So this is the side you got done? What side you gonna do today?
Oh, this is the side we were thinking about doing.
So, did you do all that scraping?
Huh?
Did you scrape off all the old paint? That's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, we used the grinder and also the hand scrapers. That took a little effort.
That's not so bad.
A little dark.
That'll work. Let me have you come right across the street here. Yeah, it's too big to have you. Let me have you turn this one. It's more light on you. Alright, first question's easy. Let me just have you say your name and spell it for me.
What's that?
Let me just have you say your name and spell it for me so I make sure I get it on the tape.
My name?
Yep.
Clarence Towarak.
Alright. And how do you spell your last name, Clarence?
Towarak.
Okay. That way I know I got it right. Sometimes when I write it down, I lose a piece of paper. Well, first of all, for someone that's never been here before, tell me what it's like to live in Unalakleet.
Oh, living in Unalakleet is like living in anywhere else as long as it's home. It's been home for me for 60 years and I can't consider any place else other than Unalakleet. But it's been beautiful.
And what do you know about the history of Unalakleet?
Well, the history of Unalakleet It's very interesting. It's a combination of several cultures here in this area. It's primarily Yupik, but then the people from the Kobuk area kind of migrated down here, so it's a mingling of several different cultures all at once, all in one spot, and to this day you can notice the differences between the cultures.
But everyone seems to get along okay?
Oh yeah, everybody. In those days it was all survival. You had to work together in order for families, groups, in order for them to survive. Share the catch of the day.
Now, when you talk about the different cultures, talk about how the geography here made it so different cultures came together.
Well, I'm talking about the southern part. The south side of the river was basically Yupik, but in the north side of the river, from what I understand, it was Inupiat from the Kobuk area. And in order for them to share the resources, they had to work together and keep each other's going.
Very good. Now, did you wind up? Was there any mixing in of the interior Indians?
Oh yeah, there's always a time for potlatch or trading, as they knew it in them days. They traded the bounty from the sea with the bounty from the inland. So there was a mixing of cultures there, and it was always existing.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to have to switch tapes.